Saint Francis of Assisi, who walked the Camino in the year 1214, may perhaps be the most influential among the spiritual and religious pilgrims in the Camino. The Franciscan spirituality is unique in its simplicity, but may have been best suited in walking the Camino. Having walked 7 different routes, we were looking for a different Camino to walk this year. One that would satisfy our sense of curiosity and discovery. Come, join us as we discover the spiritual tenets of the Camino according to the spirituality of the Franciscans. We will start our Camino in Coimbra in Portugal following the coastal route, and we will take a spiritual variant upon reaching Spain. Are we gonna make it to Santiago? What will be the struggles and difficulties that we will face this time? And why did we choose Coimbra as our starting point? We will answer all of this and other questions as we walk this famous pilgrimage. For us, the Camino is like a marathon race, except that we consider it as our time with the Lord too. We do it in prayer, penance, and thanksgiving, and a bit of cultural aspect of the walk too. So we trained almost every day in city parks, state parks, and even national parks.
We will please pray for us.
Yep. Thank you. There we go, pilgrims.
That's all right. This is it.
This is it, Francis. Court.
So
you do what I mean. Find whatever you want.
Card belt.
Yeah. Having been to Lisbon many times, we're a bit familiar with the sights to see, so we guided our 2 new pilgrims to Saint Anthony of Padua's hometown. So this whole place, look at that, even their market is designed by an architect, I think, right?
Yeah.
With all those ornaments. So having breakfast, mantika,
The green cross.
So anything that
The European
symbol.
The red, white, red with white. Umulan na ulan.
Just got into Fatima, one of the holiest places in all of Portugal. 8 million pilgrims come here every single year. The Fatima apparition of the Virgin Mary is famous for the miracle of the sun on October 13, 1917. The sun then spun, twirled, and appeared to veer towards the earth before jumping back to its place. This was witnessed by 70,000 people and people as far away as Lisbon, 120 kilometers away. you do para may enough space?
Here?
Yeah, on the side. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Of Lord, be to the Father, to the Son, to the Holy Spirit.
As it was beginning, is now, ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
Fatima, Assisi Trinita, na Basílica de Nossa Senhora do Rosário de Fátima, com a participação da Orquestra de Sopros de Orém.
Obrigado. Or obrigado. Sorry. The story of Fatima happened in the middle of the First World War, where millions were dying. On May 13, 1917, the Virgin Mary appeared to 3 children shepherds when they were tending to their flocks. A light brighter than the sun shone next to a small oak tree. For the next 6 months, the beautiful lady appeared to them every 13th day of the month. Every time she appeared, more and more people were present. By 13th of October, there were 50,000 people who witnessed the miracle of the sun. She then revealed herself as the Lady of Rosary. The miracle of the sun, where the sun appeared to be dancing and moving in all directions and appeared to get closer to them, were witnessed by believers and non-believers alike, including the scientific community who could not give a rational explanation to what they witnessed. There's the river that's Coimbra right there. Sweet. Coimbra was the first capital of Portugal in the Middle Ages. It is the birthplace of the first king of Portugal, King Alfonso. It is also home to one of the oldest universities in the world, in University of Coimbra, and is still in continuous operation. There's evidence that the Celts were the earliest people here. The city is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I mean, look at the tiles. This is very beautiful. Look at this. This is the old cathedral, which is built in the 12th century with the design of the master Robert in Urbanista.
Nadiri ang lubong ni...
Leading waiting with Isabel of Aragon.
No, waiting of Isabel of Aragon. And a Byzantine princess, a lady in waiting of Isabel.
Santa Isabel de Aragon is actually Saint Elizabeth of Portugal. She is one of the reasons why we picked Coimbra as the starting point of our Camino. With all the wars going on around the world nowadays, we need the intercession of one of the best peacemaker saints there is. She was sometimes called the Angel of Peace during her time. She was able to reconcile fighting among the rulers and families throughout her lifetime. Her body is said to lie incorrupt at the monastery of Santa Clara in Coimbra for the last 700-800 years. We were not able to visit her, but we love her because her feast day is the 4th of July. The other reason is Saint Lucia of Fatima herself. She took her vows here in Santa Teresa Convent in Coimbra in 1949. She stayed here until her death in 2005 as a cloistered nun. It was said that the only visitor that visited her is Pope John Paul II. Oh, have ginger. Look at that.
Nice.
You have this, I think this is $16 or euros.
This is this.
And we have ginger. You have bacalao. That's, what is that? That's fish? No, no.
And then breaded chicken.
Chicken. That's bacalao. That's cod. That's really good. Everyone is so happy.
Bacalao, di ba?
Yeah.
On the very first day of our Camino, we decided to add 2 more miles without even starting yet. We went all the way to the top of the hill where the new cathedral is, and also right beside it is the University of Coimbra, which is one of the oldest universities in the world. So this is the apartment that we just rented for about 90 euros, the whole apartment. But check this out. This is something wonderful and beautiful. Ooh. Hoopla. It's beautiful out there. I don't know what that is, but it's beautiful. So we're in Coimbra. It's a university city, and this is where it is. Not too bad, huh? For 90 bucks. Breakfast. Look at this place. Lisbon and Fatima. Very fancy. That's Fado. So when you... That's our first arrow for the Camino in Coimbra. So this is what you're gonna see in Sitio de Coimbra. First day of our walk. Coimbra, 67 degrees. A lot of rain. It's gonna rain the whole day. Hey, good looking goats. How are you? I know. That looks like Coimbra. This app. So I don't know where we are. First stage, there's a lot of Camino signs. Or painting or whatever. Artwork. Oh my god, look at that. That's not too bad. Maganda yan. If you can. Look at this. It's persimmon. And they just don't care about it anymore. Crazy. It's raining again through forest. It's okay. We're in Mala or Mala. Grapes. Ah, nice church. There's the arrow. Came from there. It's close. Today we discovered our first spiritual tenet of the Camino. Humility. We discovered that no matter how much you train, Camino will teach you that you need God to survive the elements. The presence of God in this situation is magnified 1,000 times over. It seems like God on the very first day is telling us that He will help us as long as we humble ourselves. We're finally here. Hilario. This is our destination for the day. Yep. Restaurante Cafeteria Hilario.
Also, it's a cafeteria too.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know that. Litao. Like there. We're at the bodega. Oh, look at this. Right there. Residential? Oh. Huh? So the day went by pretty fast. We started with, of course, we always start with a prayer, and also breakfast. And the day started very rainy until after probably 5 miles. So we had a break. With a small break, we ate a little bit in a small village, and then went through a very busy highway for at least a mile. Then forest for probably 2 hours, then rested. After a break, after 7 miles, on a lone tomb cemetery with oranges just falling everywhere. So we had lunch and dinner all together around 3 p.m. at Milhada with steak, as the group refuses to eat the cheaper litau or liton or lechon or pig, grilled pig, which is their forte. But we had a good meal, and there were food supplies in a huge Walmart-like store. The last 1 mile, we went through local streets of Milhada all the way to our destination. Look at this. This is where they use for washing clothes and washing their feet. Just outside the albergue, right there. Oh, there's a short forest. Just saw someone with a backpack running. Look at that. There's a church right there. I don't know what town. Rain, rain, rain. Look at this. We found this. It's a small church with a Camino shell. Lord, we pray for those who ask for our prayers. Cool. Hey. Gotta go, man. So we are in Agueda. We're probably 10 minutes away from our accommodation of the day. We're gonna cross this bridge. Right here. Bom dia. So this part here is actually an island. So this part here is actually an island. So the river splits right there. So this is Agueda. That's the final bridge right there that we're gonna cross to our accommodation of the day. And it's like a very sunny day. We enjoy the walk. It's a Agueda River, look at that. Just kidding. It's raining the whole day. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. As a pilgrim, we expect the most basic of accommodations. So having a luxurious bed seems a bit too much if you plan to follow the Camino of St. Francis of Assisi. The next day's surprise proved that humility is best served simple. As a pilgrim, we have to be reminded that the first virtue of holiness is humility. Check this out. This is the apartment for 50 euros. Look at this. This is beautiful. Look at this. Oh, look at that. The kitchen is nice. And let's check out the bathroom. Oh my lord, the bathroom is like as big as an ordinary European room. This is ridiculous. This is really fancy. This is the facts of life of being a pilgrim. So after you wash, you fold your clothes. This was the only day that I can remember since doing Caminos that it literally rained the whole day. It never stopped. We had breakfast in a supermarket called Pingo Douche or something like that, which we found out that supermarkets can actually be the lifesaver in this Camino. The only break we had was in a town called Camino, where there was this one bar that was open for coffee. We then got an upgrade to our accommodation, which is a nicer price, or so we thought. We also did laundry, and even a decent town like Agueda, the only restaurant that was open was a kebab place but anyway, we still thank God that our palate were satisfied. Good Wednesday morning. It's our day 3 of our Camino Portuguese coastal. The place is called Agda or Agueda, depending on how you pronounce it. It's pretty cool. Very small town. Not a lot of places you can eat, but it is what it is. That's where we had breakfast. Trigal. Not too bad. That's the Camino there. Nobody's walking but us. Look at the fancy buildings here. Let's go. Look at the river. Very nice. May babae naglalakad sa Riles. Look at that. That's crazy. Home along the Riles. Hey, what's up, man? Sabi dyan, anong pakialam nyo? Ain't that cool? Ain't that cool? Umihi siya din. He turned around and said, ain't that cool?
Galingan ng view nila eh. Galingan ng nila, location. On top of the hill, overlooking sila.
There's a church on top. Look at that. But we're going through this forest. Everyone is okay? Todo bien?
Todo bien.
Look at this. It's beautiful. All right. Oh wow, look at that view. That's not too bad. Miro rice. Dadaan tayo simbahan. What do you got here? Open? Ah, sarado. We can take a rest a little bit. Gusto nyo mag-restroom? You can go restroom. There. There you go. It's an adventure. Come on. They're here. Some more here. Came from there. Just when you thought when an 11-miler day was a piece of cake, then you meet Robert, who is in his third continuous Camino, walking for almost 2 months now. It reminds me of Saint Therese, who said, "The only thing that is not envied in this life is the last place." The Camino is indeed one of the best places to grow in humility. So this is the albergue that we have. This is how much? 8 per person. So 8 euros. I met Robert too. So welcome to the most expensive place. 8 euros, you think? Not too bad. Like this. Oh, that's laundry, right? This is the kitchen. This is the living room. Today was a classic up and down Camino with tons of hills. We passed by a small lake or pond with an old man fishing. It was a refreshing sight along a rushing water. The church was a good place to rest after that, although it was closed. Then there was a mile-long bridge that I did not capture because I was too scared while crossing it. We eventually had lunch in Intermarch supermarket with a surprising churrasco, which is a common meat dish in the Iberian Peninsula. After 11 miles, we got to Alberga. Albergue host Karina was very nice, and the albergue was very clean for 8 euros. We met Robert, a Czech pilgrim who started in Bordeaux and walked the Del Norte to Santiago to Finisterre and now on the way to Fatima. We then had a simple dinner with an entertaining Bruno, the host, and Jinja. Today we started at 7. Had breakfast. Came out with a very windy our umbrellas are getting hammered. Really crazy. This is what we have to go through this morning. A lot of water on the trail. Look at it. Too much water. Look, there's another dog who follows Eileen again. Sunod gidya. That is just crazy. Yeah. Come on, man. What are you doing? Orange. A lot of orange. Beautiful. Ooh. 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 So this place, this little bondage is older than the United States. 16th century. Check that out. Right there. So we stop here on this church. What's out?
Oh, it's open.
The what?
The church is open.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Yes.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, let's go. Vamos.
Pagdasal lang natin, hindi tayo magkasakit.
So the next spiritual tenet of the Camino that we discovered is detachment. Tech rules our lives. I read somewhere that the pilgrims to Santiago in the Middle Ages will only get a chance to wash their clothes when they come across a river. I'm not saying that we should be like them, and we know times have changed, but the essence of pilgrimage is to detach and be willing to be detached from the comforts of life. This time, it's in the form of a fancy 2-in-1 washer and dryer, or so we thought. In the anticipation of a really long day, we started before sunrise. The weather was getting worse each day. The first few hours was brutal. It was very windy, with heavy rain, and difficult to walk because it was very muddy. It flooded the trail through a really thick forest. We went through small towns with almost non-existent pilgrim support. Although we had a good meal in Pinkudush supermarket again. The fish was good, but the grilled pork was not. The apartment and destination with free laundry was good, but hard to figure out. Oliva Creative Factory.
What are you doing?
So this is how we take our break. We take off our shoes and our socks to let it air, and then we choose a perfect place to do this. Cemetery. Look at that. But they have nice one. They have a nicer public cemetery. Okay, move. We came from there. We go up, and I believe this is a Roman road. Look at this. This is Via Romana. So this road has probably been here for the last 2,000 years. This is crazy. There's a car waiting for us. So we thought that was the last climb. No, there's more. Look at this, to the mountain. There's a lot of climbing all the way there. It never ends. Is there no food for today? 20 miles, no food, just coffee and snacks. Proper food. Welcome to Porto, or as the locals say it, O Porto, or specifically Villanova de Gaia. So Porto and Lisbon is like Barcelona and Madrid. Porto is like Barcelona, Madrid is like Lisbon. It's an electric. Yeah. Range Rover is an electric. Check that out. Yeah, oh yeah. Gaia, Gaia. Oh, watch out, there's a car.
Castle.
Monument. I don't know what type of monument, but it's a monument. So that's the cathedral right there with the spires right across. So welcome to Porto, one of the most beautiful cities in the world. There are a few comforts in the life of a modern pilgrim, and one of them is food. But if you truly believe that you're doing a real Camino pilgrimage, food is not the center of your Camino. In fact, fasting is a form of detachment from this world. Your hunger becomes a source of spiritual offering to God. At the end of the day, we realize that today, our walk acquired a new meaning, and that is the lack of food actually became the spiritual food of our Camino. Today we started at 6 a.m. on a pouring rain. We then met Polis Jacek, who started in Faro, Algarve, which is twice as far had you started in Lisbon. And then there were no pilgrim support the whole day, so there were nowhere to stop and eat. We then decided to rest in a cemetery. There were a lot of ups and downs and lots of rain too. We only had coffee and a few snacks along the way. Wet and tired, we checked for restaurants or grocery along the Camino, but there was none. So we took an Uber to Pingo Doce, a few miles outside of Villanova, so we can eat and resume our Camino afterwards. St. James had a surprise though. Our B&B was located very close to the cathedral. So today is our rest day, and we decided to look for a real breakfast, and we found one in Mercador Cafe, I believe, and it was pretty good. Behind this Clergus church is a Clergus Tower, which is the tallest bell tower in the whole Portugal, as they say. But the most interesting part is the church itself, wherein there is a spiritual light show almost every day except Sunday, I believe, and it takes you to a spiritual journey. Albergaria-a-Velha is the most beautiful bookstore in the world. There's a staircase that is so beautiful inside, but what makes it famous is because people believe this is where Harry Potter was created by J.K. Rowling. tallest house in the world. Measures 52 or something. I don't know. It is made to separate the two churches because one church is where the nuns live, and the other church, like, I don't know which one, it's where the monks live. You know, just to avoid something. This is cool. This church was built in the 17th century right there. It was built in the 18th century.
Oh, this is the most beautiful McDonald's in the world, they say. Hindi alam ko nga nag-itsura nila. McDonald's ang itsura nila. Hindi na realize, this is the coolest McDonald's in the world. So this is the coolest McDonald's in the world. That's what they say. I'll take your picture. Oh, look at the design.
Ce circuit vous dévoilera quelques-unes des vues les plus célèbres de la ville de Porto et de magnifiques paysages qu'on peut observer depuis
Everything started with the Don Luis I Bridge, one of the most emblematic bridges in Porto and perhaps in all of Portugal.
This iconic bridge was named after the King of Portugal at the time, Louis I. It is actually a double-decker type of a bridge wherein the bottom part is used for pedestrian and the top part used to be with vehicles, but now it's pedestrian. That's where we crossed from Vilanova de Gaia to Porto the day before. It was actually one of the longest, or if not the longest, steel bridge at the time when it was constructed. It was designed by Théophile Seyrig, who is Eiffel's partner. Named after the wife of King Louis I, Maria Pia of Savoy, this bridge used to be the longest bridge before the Dom Louis I bridge was constructed. St. John's Bridge is purely a railway bridge. It was supposed to replace the functionality of the Maria Pia bridge just for trains. The first bridge you're going to come across if you're sailing from the Atlantic Ocean upstream to the Douro River is actually Ponte de Arabida, which is famous for bridge climbing activity and other outdoors activity like running and biking. Beside the cathedral is the statue of Bilmara Perez, a warlord who liberated Portugal, which is now Porto and Gaia, from the Muslim rule in the year 868. Pilgrims believe that every Camino should start in a place of worship and ends in one. Camino Portuguese is the second most popular Camino route, and the most famous starting point in the Camino Portuguese is C do Porto, or otherwise known as the Porto Cathedral. You can actually buy your pilgrim credential here, otherwise known as pilgrim passport. This is where the Episcopal seat of Portugal is located, which makes it more important for Catholics than the Lisbon Cathedral. Although the Diocese of Porto was founded in the 5th century, the cathedral itself was only built in the 12th century under Bishop Hugo. This Baroque Romanesque-style cathedral is very rich in history, as it was also the staging point for the reconquest of Lisbon. As you can see, it is also an architectural masterpiece.
Santiago. Paintings. Picture. Oh, wow.
So today was a good rest day. We slept for 13 hours and we had the most amazing breakfast. We went around Porto and had a cruise, but no food. Finally, we asked Taberna San Antonio for a takeout and we had the most amazing dinner with port wine in our own Airbnb.